She said, "Ugh, you're suffocating me with your insecurities." After I found men's cologne in her car, I said, "Let me give you some air." The space I gave her was more permanent than she expected. Her stuff was already at her mom's. I, 20 male, been sitting on this for 3 days now, trying to process what just went down. My girlfriend Destiny, 26, of 4 years, just played herself in ways I didn't even think were possible. We'd been living together in my townhouse for about 2 years. Everything seemed solid until maybe 6 weeks ago when she started acting different. Working late more often, new gym routine at weird hours. The usual red flags that make your stomach drop but your brain tries to rationalize. Last Tuesday, I borrowed her car to grab groceries because mine was getting new tires. Reached for the parking pass in her center console and knocked over this cologne bottle. Tom Ford. Tobacco Vanille. That's like $300 cologne and definitely not mine. I'm an Old Spice guy. When she got home, I asked about it casual like, "Hey, whose cologne is this?" She looked at me like I'd asked her to solve quantum physics. Then came the explosion. "Are you serious right now? That's my cousin Jerome's. He left when I gave him a ride last week." God, you're so paranoid. I knew Jerome, met him at family barbecues. Dude exclusively wore Axe body spray and thought Olive Garden was fine dining. No way he's dropping 3 bills on Tom Ford. Babe, I'm just asking. You're suffocating me with your insecurities. I can't even help family without you turning it into some scandal. This is exactly why I need space to breathe. She stormed upstairs. I stood there holding cologne that probably cost more than Jerome's entire wardrobe, wondering if I was going crazy. That night, she slept in the guest room. Next morning, acted like nothing happened. But something in me had shifted. That gaslighting attempt was so brazen, so dismissive. She didn't even try to make the lie believable. Wednesday, I worked from home. She left for her new client meeting at 2 p.m., dressed like she was auditioning for a music video. I decided to do something I'd never done before. I checked our doorbell cam footage from the last week. Tuesday, 3 p.m., Destiny walking to her car with a man. Tall, well-dressed, definitely not cousin Jerome. They hugged, not a cousin hug. Monday, 2:30 p.m., same dude. This time he kissed her forehead before she got in her car. Friday before, him again, hand on her lower back as they walked. The cologne probably fell out of his pocket. Mystery solved, heart shattered. But here's where it gets interesting. I didn't confront her, didn't blow up. Instead, I called her mom, Loretta. "Hey Loretta, quick question. Has Destiny mentioned anything about staying with you for a bit? She's been talking about needing some space." Loretta paused. "Well, she did ask if her old room was still available. Said you two were having issues. I told her, of course, whenever she needs." "That's perfect. When did she ask?" "Oh, about 3 weeks ago. She's already moved some clothes and things over. Said she wanted to be prepared in case, well, 3 weeks ago. She'd been planning her exit while still sharing my bed, while I was cooking her dinner, while we were planning a weekend trip next month." "Thanks, Loretta. Hey, if she needs to stay there soon, that's totally fine. We both need some space to figure things out." Thursday morning, Destiny left for work like normal. I took a personal day. By noon, I'd packed every single item of hers in the house. Carefully, respectfully, her clothes folded, jewelry boxed, even her half-used shampoo bottles. Everything in labeled boxes. Drove it all to Loretta's house. She was surprised, but helped me unload everything into Destiny's old room, right next to the stuff she'd apparently been sneaking over for weeks. "Is everything okay?" Loretta asked. She said she needs space. I'm giving it to her. Back home, I changed the locks. Not dramatic, just practical. If she'd been planning to leave anyway, no need for her to have access to my place. Sent her a single text. "Your things are at your mom's. You wanted space to breathe. Enjoy the fresh air." Then I muted her number and went to play basketball with my boys. Came back to 73 missed calls. Guess she noticed the locks. Update 1. The entitlement escalation has been something else. So after she realized the locks were changed, Destiny went from rage to manipulation real quick. Since I'd muted her, she started getting creative. First, she sent her best friend Keisha to mediate. Keisha showed up Friday evening with this whole speech prepared about misunderstandings and working through trust issues. "He's being unreasonable," Keisha said, standing at my door. "She made one mistake." "What mistake?" I asked. Being caught? Or assuming I'm stupid? She told me about the Cologne. It really was Jerome's. I pulled up my phone, showed her the doorbell footage of Mr. Tom Ford kissing Destiny's forehead. Keisha's face went through like 6 different emotions. Oh, she said you were imagining things. Yeah, my doorbell cam has a wild imagination. Keisha left without another word. Later found out she cussed Destiny out for making her look stupid. Saturday, Destiny tried a new angle, posted on social media about toxic relationships where trust is dead and when love becomes surveillance. Real inspirational quote energy. Her followers ate it up until someone asked why she was posting from her childhood bedroom. She deleted that comment quick. Sunday was when she pulled out what she thought was her ace card. Got a text from an unknown number. This is Terrell. I think we should talk man to man. Terrell. Tom Ford Cologne guy had a name now. He wanted to meet at a coffee shop to clear the air. I agreed, mostly out of curiosity. Dude showed up in a suit that probably cost more than I make in a month. Designer everything, sitting across from me like he was doing me a favor. Listen, he started, Destiny's special. I get why you're upset, but fighting over her won't solve anything. Who's fighting? I asked. I packed her stuff and delivered it to her mom's. That's the opposite of fighting. He looked confused. She said you kicked her out with no warning. She told her mom 3 weeks ago she was moving back. I just helped expedite the process. His eye twitched. 3 weeks ago? Bro didn't know about the exit strategy. Interesting. Yeah, she's been moving stuff there for weeks. Didn't she tell you? I mean, you're together now, right? She should be honest with you. The designer mask slipped a little. We're figuring things out. Cool. Hey, quick question. How long you been figuring things out while she was living with me? Silence. Also, just curious, she ever mentioned that the townhouse she was living in is mine? Like fully paid off mine? And that she hasn't contributed to bills in about 8 months because she was between jobs? More silence. Terrell was processing. Anyway, good luck with everything. Hope you got space at your place. Her mom's house only has 1 bathroom and Destiny takes hour-long showers. I left him sitting there reevaluating his life choices. Monday morning, the real tantrum started. Destiny showed up at my job. Full scene in the parking lot. You had no right to move my stuff. That's theft. You told your mom you were moving back. I helped. That's assistance. I was preparing for if we broke up. Not definitely. Oh, so you were planning to monkey branch? Keep 1 foot in my house while testing the waters with Terrell? She actually stamped her foot, like a toddler. His name isn't important. It is to him, probably. I want my key back. I have property in there. What property? I delivered everything to your mom's. She helped me unload it. Check your old room. Top shelf has your hair products. Bottom drawer has your journals. The fact that I knew exactly where everything was made her matter. You went through my things. I packed them, carefully, with respect, more than you showed our relationship. That's when she said it. The thing that made everything crystal clear. You're just mad because Terrell has more money than you. You always been insecure about not being successful enough. There it was, the truth she'd been thinking all along. Destiny. I own my house outright. No mortgage. You've been living rent-free for 8 months. I never asked you for a dime when you were finding yourself between jobs. But sure, I'm the unsuccessful one. She tried a different approach. Tears. Baby, we can work this out. I was confused. Terrell means nothing. Then why is his cologne in your car? I told you, that was Jerome's. Even while apologizing, she couldn't stop lying. Impressive, really. Security came out, asked if there was a problem. I said no, just a former tenant confused about her move-out date. She left screaming about how this wasn't over, narrator. It was, in fact, over. Tuesday, her mom called. What did you say to that Terrell boy? He told Destiny he needs time to think. Just had coffee. Shared some truths. He seemed like a smart guy. Loretta sighed. She's been crying about him all day. Apparently he's not returning her calls now. Tough break. You know, I tried to raise her better than this. I know, that cologne wasn't Jerome's, was it? Jerome wears Axe, Loretta. Lord. That girl. Wednesday, got a letter from a lawyer. Not a real letter, like an email from LegalZoom template energy. Demanding I return her stolen property and pay for emotional distress. I responded with photos of her stuff in her room at her mom's, screenshots of her texts saying she needed space, and the doorbell footage compilation I'd made. CC'd her mom on the email. The lawyer never responded, probably because it was just Destiny's cousin who took 1 semester of paralegal classes. But the best part came Thursday. Remember that weekend trip we'd planned? Non-refundable romantic getaway I'd booked 2 months ago. Destiny had forgotten about it completely in her chaos. I went. Took my boy Devin. We had a fantastic time. Posted photos of us living our best lives at the resort. Tagged location and everything. Destiny lost her mind in the comments. That was our trip. Devin replied, Nah sis, this is a bras trip. No suffocating insecurities here, just vibes. She blocked us both, but I know she was watching from her Finsta because her cousin posted screenshots in a group chat that my sister's in. Whole family saw her meltdown about me stealing a trip I paid for entirely. The entitlement was astronomical. She really thought she could monkey branch to a richer dude, keep me as backup, live in my house rent-free, and still get romantic getaways? The delusion, the audacity, the unmitigated gall. Final update. So the last few weeks have been educational. After the trip fiasco, Destiny went into overdrive trying to salvage something, anything from the situation. But every move just dug her deeper. First, she tried to reconcile with Terrell. Showed up at his job with lunch, posting stories about fighting for love and knowing your worth. His assistant turned her away at reception. She posted a crying selfie in her car after. Real classy. Then she tried to rewrite history, started telling people I'd been financially abusive by paying for everything and making her dependent. Her own mother shut that down in the family group chat with receipts of Destiny bragging about her provider man just 6 months ago. But the real entertainment started when she realized I'd changed all the streaming service passwords. Got a text from her cousin. Yo, did it really cut her off from Netflix in the middle of Love Island season finale? Me. She wanted space. Netflix passwords are pretty close quarters stuff. Cousin? She calling you evil for that. The woman who cheated on me was calling me evil for changing my Netflix password. The jokes write themselves. Week 2, she made a tactical error. Posted a day in my life TikTok from her mom's house, trying to make her situation look glamorous. Self-care journey, healing era, all that. But her teenage brother walked through the background in his drawers. Her mom yelled about dishes, and you could hear the toilet running, that nobody's fixed in 5 years. The comments were brutal. Healing era in your childhood bedroom hits different. Why your mom vacuuming during your meditation? Is that a Backstreet Boys poster on the wall? She deleted it within hours, but the internet is forever. Then came the job hunt drama. Apparently Terrell had connected her with some opportunities at his company before their fallout. Those evaporated real quick. She applied to a bunch of places, listing me as a reference without asking. I got a call from a hiring manager. So you're listed as a reference for Destiny Williams? In what capacity? She says you were her financial advisor? I mean, I did advise her to contribute to household expenses. She chose not to take that advice. I see, and her role in your investment firm. My what now? Turns out she'd created an entire fictional work history where she was managing portfolios for my investment firm. Girl really put down 2 years of fake employment. Sir, I'm a data analyst at a credit union. I don't have a firm. I don't know what portfolios she managed unless she means the chore chart on our refrigerator. That job opportunity ended quickly. But the universe wasn't done with her yet. Remember Jerome? The Cologne-wearing, Olive Garden-loving cousin? He reached out to me last week. Turns out family gatherings had gotten awkward after Destiny threw him under the bus. Yo, I don't even know what cologne is, bro. I use body wash, that's it. She really said I wear Tom Ford? She was very specific about it. Man, I had to Google that. $300 for smell good? Nah, I got rent. We actually ended up being cool. He told me the family been roasting Destiny heavy. Her aunt made cologne jokes at Sunday dinner. Her grandma asked if Jerome was still dating that Tommy Ford boy. Destiny cried into her mac and cheese. The final straw came yesterday. Loretta called me. I need her out my house. What happened? She brought that Terrell boy here at 2 a.m. talking about working things out. They were loud, woke up the whole house. Then he left at 4 a.m. and she played Jhené Aiko on repeat crying. I work at 6. I'm too old for this. That's rough, Loretta. Then this morning, I find out she'd been telling him I invited her to move back because you were abusive. Boy showed up thinking he was saving her from a bad situation. When he found out she'd been planning to leave you for weeks while playing both sides, baby, he peeled out so fast, he left tire marks on my driveway. Damn. She gotta go. But she can't afford her own place because she spent the last year spending your money and his gifts instead of saving. Now both wells dried up and she talking about the universe testing her. I had to laugh. The universe wasn't testing her. It was grading her. And she failed. Last I heard, she moved in with Keisha, who charges her $500 a month for the couch. Keisha don't play about her money, so Destiny actually had to get a job. 2 jobs actually. Retail during the day, DoorDash at night. Her IG bio went from living my best life to building my empire. The empire currently consists of a 2006 Honda Civic with a rattling exhaust and a drawer at Keisha's apartment. Terrell moved on with someone who doesn't need to lie about whose cologne is in their car. He sent me a LinkedIn connection request last week with a message, "Thanks for the reality check, bro." Dodged a bullet. We didn't connect, but I appreciated the acknowledgement. As for me, I'm good, peaceful. House stays clean, bills stay low, drama stays non-existent. Started dating this woman Aaliyah from my gym. She has her own house, own car, own Netflix password. Crazy how attractive independence is when you've dealt with the opposite. Destiny still texts occasionally, usually late night. I miss us messages that I don't respond to. Loretta keeps me updated though. Apparently, she's now claiming she's too good for regular guys and is manifesting her king. Good luck with that, Des. Maybe check if he wears Tom Ford before you lie about it next time. Some people really can't handle the space they claim they need. They want the safety net while swinging to the next branch. But when you remove the net, suddenly that branch don't look so sturdy. She wanted air? I gave her the whole atmosphere. Turns out she couldn't breathe that high up after all.